Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn Mandarin Chinese with Ken. Um, Today I want to address an issue which I have come to my notice within the course of the few years I have spent learning languages. And this issue is whether it is an advantage or a disadvantage using a textbook to learn a language or any language at all. Now remember that when learning a language, you are learning both the speaking, the listening, the reading, and the writing. Now, I have come to realize in the 2 years and a couple of months that I have spent in learning languages, that it is a very big disadvantage using a hard copy textbooks to learn a language. Why is it so? Now, textbooks or hard copy textbooks, to be specific, do not have text-to-speech facilities. Yes, there is no place in the hard copy textbook that you can click on that the textbook will read out to you in the native speaker's accent. What actually happens when you learn a language using a hard copy textbook is that when you come in contact with words, you tend to pronounce it the way you think the native speakers would pronounce it. Take note, the way you think. And no matter how much you have advanced at the course of learning that language, you may never be that perfect such that you pronounce as exactly as the native speaker of that language. So what actually happens when you learn a language using a mobile app, that is with a phone or with a computer, and you download the mobile app and use the mobile app in place of a textbook? What is the advantage? The advantage is that most mobile apps, especially the ones that I'm using, have text-to-speech facility where you encounter a word or an expression or a sentence and you are not too sure how it should be pronounced. There are often a text-to-speech button which, upon clicking it, the app reads to you a recording of the native speaker's pronunciation of that word or sentence, and then you keep practicing and drilling yourself after that pattern or model, trying to be able to pronounce it yourself as exactly as that native speaker's pronunciation or recording. Now, but when you use a textbook, there is no room for text-to-speech facility. Now, the sounds that you record in your head against words and expressions are actually the ones you generate by yourself from the way you think they should pronounce it or they pronounce it. And most times, how we think things are not exactly as they turn out to be. So you are bound to be a little bit far or a whole lot far from the perfect example of the native speakers. So you end up recording the wrong sounds in your head. Now, take note that once your listening is faulty, that is when you have the wrong sounds in your head, your listening is going to be faulty, because when you're in a setting where you have to listen to native speakers, they speak and then it will look like as if you've been learning a different language entirely, simply because you have the wrong sounds in your head, and they won't pronounce the sounds in your head. They will pronounce it the way they tend to pronounce it. But then you already have a wrong set of sounds recorded in your head against words and expressions. Now, once your listening skills are faulty, your speaking skills are also going to be faulty. Yes, listening comes before speaking, or they help each other. If you have the right sounds in your head, then when you hear the native speakers speak, you understand them. And then when you also utter these sounds that you have recorded in your head, the native speakers will hear you and they will understand you if they are the right sounds. But if you are making your personal assumptions and then you are recording them in your head, then when you meet a native speaker, when the native speaker speaks, you'll be confused. And when you also speak, the native speaker will be confused, and then nothing much is achieved. Now, so in summary, I would say that it is best to study any language at all using mobile apps downloaded from the internet that has text-to-speech facilities. If you are studying a language, there is the need to study not just reading and writing, but also listening and speaking. And then the best way to practice listening is by listening to native accents, and that native accent is often recorded and then accessed through text-to-speech facilities, which cannot be possible using a hard-copied textbooks. So in summary, I would say, please do not use a textbook, a hard-copy textbook, to learn any language at all. It is not an advantage. It's an advantage. Now, even in the presence of a teacher or a tutor, now what happens is that the tutor or the teacher tends to pronounce these words and expressions using his or her own accent, which becomes the standard for the learners or the students. Now, most times, the teachers or the tutors may not be perfect, and then whatever imperfections this teacher or tutor has is now becomes the standard for the learners, and then at the end, the result is not what it is supposed to be. So, in summary, it is not good to use textbooks to learn any language at all. Use mobile apps that has text-to-speech facilities. Whether you are studying a language on your own or in a school setting where you have a teacher or a tutor, the use of mobile apps that have text-to-speech facilities is still very much recommended as far as my experience with learning languages is concerned. Please, this is a new YouTube channel, Learn Mandarin Chinese with Ken. I want to start a new series of videos on how you can learn Mandarin Chinese on your own. Yes, a couple of days from now, 2 days from now or 3 days from now, I will be dropping a video on how to learn Mandarin Chinese on your own, phase 1, the materials you need and the strategies that you can follow to learn Mandarin Chinese on your own. Please share your views on this topic. Leave your comments. Maybe you may have better ideas than me. Iron sharpens iron. Comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please encourage me. I can do wonders if you are on my side. Please, nice to have you with me. Once again, this is Ken.